4:30, so we'll call this meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals to order. First item on our agenda is entertain a motion for approval of the minutes that were emailed to you from the previous meeting.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Second item, entertain a motion to make the proof of publication a matter of public record.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item, entertain a motion to make the affidavits for the applicant's petitions a matter of public record.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? No. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we have one applicant today with 5 petitions before the board. Mr. Josh Barkley of property at 334 North 2nd Street is requesting 5 variances. The first of which is a 1-foot variance for a 24-foot front yard setback from 2nd Street for buildings 2 and 3. The building setback line should be 25 feet from the front lot line or 55 feet from the center line of the street or road, whichever is greater. So we'll start with that one, Mr. Barkley. It looks like you've already taken your seat, so you want to walk us through the project.
My name is Josh Barkley, a managing member of JMLO Group, LLC, Barkley Properties, LLC. Per my plot plan, you just want me to start with the first one and just kind of explain through.
That would be great. Thank you.
Ultimately, we are, my wife and I, property management, and we own rental properties. Ultimately, we've been doing this for 25 years now. My father previously, and I, we go into areas like Decatur. Ultimately, you go to our website. We build typically, take infill lots such as the 2nd Street property there, and repurpose them, whether it's old house, tear it down, build a new duplex. We've just always, my trade is building. We remodel a lot of things, but ultimately, we've just always looked at our properties that we are never going to rent anything to anybody that we wouldn't live in ourselves. So that's kind of always been our philosophy. So instead of coming into Decatur and rehabbing an old house, we take properties like this one. So ultimately, it's always easy to show you a plot plan. Doesn't mean a lot, until you really get to the nuts and bolts of it. But we are a market rate company. I'm not a housing tax credit, low income type project. So all the projects we do are market rate. In this particular instance, ultimately trying to utilize the lot. Compared to other projects we've done in the area, I'm utilizing the buildings that I'm proposing to build are buildings that I could take you to Bluffton, Austin, and Markle right now that I've built in over the last 20 years. So again, initially requesting, the current ordinance is building set as it currently stands, and trying to utilize a lot. Ultimately not get too crazy on density. That's ultimately our first, front setback lot. As far as going from the 25 to 24, second again, we were doing a 5-foot variance for the the number 2 5-foot variance for a 20-foot yard setback. Again, got 25. Being that it's a corner lot, which is pretty typical, and also really looked at it that this is we're not impeding any further. I mean, if you take an average, going down Marshall Street, both right adjacent to our lot, and go down, a lot of areas talk about taking the average. So we're ultimately not impeding any further. Some of those houses that were built before everybody in this room was probably born. It was the Wild Wild West back then. So ultimately, not requesting to be any further in front of my neighbor to be a as far as that goes, and also for public safety and sightline, et cetera, up and down those streets. So again, that's that other one. Number 3, again, the variance from the, rereading it again here, but for my rear setback, and you need to have at least 20%, which we're roughly 12%, and yeah, so ultimately my third variance on that to make the work, and then on the fourth variance, that side 6-foot side yard setback for building 1. Again, trying to keep sight lines on Marshall Street, and figuring that obviously the alley doesn't have as much traffic as what Marshall Street does. That's why we were trying to keep it balanced as far as that goes. And then the last one, then again, we did the math, and I was really close, but we're off by less than 1% on what the variance is. So
Total lot coverage.
yeah, on lot coverage there. So ultimately, I think other than that, I mean, obviously, if there's any questions, trying to spell out. We've worked with the city, initially to talk through what we were proposing on that, et cetera, and definitely asking for the variance approvals. There are the 5 variances.
Okay. I just want to walk through real quick. So 1 foot from 2nd Street, right? So this way,
Correct.
5 feet from Marshall Street this
Correct.
way. The third one is for 12% of the lot depth, or 25-foot variance for a 15-foot rear yard setback for building 1.
Correct.
Right. So where's building 1 located on that lot?
You want me to pull up?
Yeah, you have the site plan so we can look at it.
I've got a paper copy if you'd like one too.
Yeah.
That's whatever's easiest for you.
Awesome. I got it on my phone too. Thanks. So building 1's in this back corner. Should be the corner of the alley, it looks like, alley and alley.
Yep.
There you see it, Chris. So that's building 1 there. Oops, sorry.
I really should have brought my glasses.
I've got one.
I can't pull it up, Shane.
Thanks, Josh.
We've got paper copies. Okay. Thank you.
I ran them through, so I might as well pass them out.
Thank you.
So on the, just a question for me. So the first one, 1 foot. Do we have any concern with 1 foot on the front side sight lines?
Not really.
What about ingress, egress? I saw there were driveways coming in there. And, I mean, any of that matter?
He's gonna have all that changed anyway once he redoes the lot.
Gotcha.
All that's gonna change.
No, I'm basically treating this as, there's still a few things to work out with the city as far as water and sewer, and confirming exactly where everything's at, because like most municipalities, every day they're improving, but sometimes they're finding things that nobody ever knew about. But sidewalk wise, I'm kind of figuring that we're from property to property. Currently there's a call it a curb between this property and the alley, that all that's coming out, and we're starting over, and to me it doesn't make sense to invest a substantial amount of money on this lot to have 10 foot of new sidewalk going up against 12 foot of old sidewalk, or vice versa. So that's kind of my philosophy on how we'd be treating it. So same, like I said, with ingress, egress, that we've addressed that.
You want me to go through each one of these individually? I mean, I know I have to, but for this one, or just go through all of them, walk through this, so we can get through the comments and whatnot. Should I do it for each one?
There really needs to be a separate record for each one.
No problem.
For each building or each?
Each variance.
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 Okay.
So,
So, yeah, so,
it really, I mean, you can, yeah, you'll ask for public comment on
each one,
each one,
just wanna make sure.
yeah.
So, okay, so in any other questions from the board about, so the first one for the 1 foot variance from Second Street?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
On that, so I guess on the first petition, so there's a 1 foot variance from Second Street. We would, ask for comments from anyone in opposition on that particular variance from Second Street in the audience. Seeing none, we'd, ask for any comments from those in favor of the 1 foot variance from Second Street. Seeing none, I'd ask the board for any final comments or questions.
No, got nothing.
Kurt, anything else, or Brad?
We're good.
Okay. So, we'll move on to the findings of fact for the 1 foot variance.
I guess I have one observation, one comment. So, Mr. Barkley, in your discussion, this is laid out and being treated as one lot. And so the variances are based on an assumption of an approved replat. So,
Sure.
as the board's making decisions, the granting of the variances would be subject to approval by plan commission for the replat, which is scheduled for immediately following
Immediately
this.
following
I mean,
the-
they're somewhat contemporaneous petitions, but, just for the order of operations, this is making an assumption that this has been replatted and approved. So anything that is done here is going to be subject to, approval by plan commission.
Thank you, Ann.
Ultimately, I initially started my, we did the public notice initially and started down the path of getting the property rezoned initially, but was advised to be good to get it all out on the table, which obviously appreciate your comments of what the order of things, but ultimately just, again, just willing to work with everybody on what we need to do.
Okay, well, we'll move on to the finding of facts for the variance of 1 foot for a 24 foot setback from Second Street for buildings 2 and 3. So in considering all appeals or variances to this chapter, the board shall first determine that the granting of variance. The granting of the variance will not permit any use in any district which would be in conflict with the permitted uses of the district under the terms of this chapter. Yes, agree, or no, disagree?
Yes.
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 Yes. It will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not unreasonably increase the congestion in public streets.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not increase the danger of fire or of the public safety.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not unreasonably diminish or impair established property values within the surrounding area.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not in any other respect impair the public health, comfort, safety, morals, or welfare of the inhabitants of the city.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It is therefore the decision of this board that the petition for variance is granted or denied.
Granted. Granted.
Granted.
Okay, so the first variance is granted, subject to the plan commission approval. So the second petition, while they're passing that around and signing it, is requesting a 5 foot variance for a 20 foot front yard setback for Marshall Street for buildings 1 and 3 again. The building setback line should be 25 feet from the front lot line or 55 feet from the center line of the street or road, whichever is greater. So is there anything you'd like to add to that, Josh?
I don't think so.
Kurt, anything from your perspective?
We're good.
Any questions from the board for the 5 foot setback on the Marshall Street side for buildings 1 and 3? Okay, at that point, then we would hear any comments from those in opposition for a 5 foot setback from Marshall Street for buildings 1 and 3. And hearing and seeing none, we hear comments from those in favor. Hearing none, we can move on to the findings of fact for the 5 foot for a 20 foot front yard setback for Marshall Street for buildings 1 and 3, subject to plan commission approval. In considering all appeals or variances to this chapter, the board shall first determine that the granting of the variance will not permit any use in any district which will be in conflict with the permitted uses of the district under the terms of this chapter. Yes, agree, or no, disagree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It will not unreasonably increase the congestion in public streets.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
will not increase the danger of fire or of the public safety.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably diminish or impair established property values within the surrounding area.
Yes.
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 It will not in any other respect impair the public health, comfort, safety, morals, or welfare of the inhabitants of the city.
Yes.
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 It is therefore the decision of this board that the petition for variance is granted or denied.
Granted.
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 Okay. There's that one. So, number 2 on the list for the 5-foot variance for the 20-foot front yard setback is granted. And while they're passing that around, we'll move on to the third one, which is requesting a rear yard of 12% of the lot depth or a 25-foot variance for a 15-foot rear yard setback for building 1. Minimum rear yards, principal building should have a rear yard of at least 20% of the lot depth or 40 feet. So for building 1, where's that at? So that would be up against the alley, right? Where's that?
It'd be against the alley.
Okay. The alley to the east,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So I guess, could you explain that real quick? 12% of the lot depth or a 25-foot variance for a 15-foot rear yard setback. So is it gonna be 15 feet from the alley then?
Correct. So that's where the 12-foot comes in. 15 feet actually is 12% versus the 40 feet being 20%.
Okay.
So
Josh, any comments on that? Just how that layout sets up?
No, ultimately, a lot of times it's looking at parking, et cetera. And the way my building's in, it's the second page of your packet. That is actually the 15 feet that I would need is to the front of the building. My garages are actually set back, so if we're 15, we're actually 28 feet to the front of the garage. So, I think it's a car and a half, I believe is your ordinance, per unit, requirement of parking. So we definitely meet that as far as in the garage, and then at least parking enough. We've got 28 feet from face of garage to property line, not including right away, alley, et cetera. So, but yeah, that's ultimately
Okay, it looks
what
like
it is as far as that
15
goes.
feet and an inch from the front door, it looks like, in the front of
Well,
the
it's
building.
actually from the great room. So
Okay.
the front door is actually another
Off to the
5.5
side.
foot-
Yeah, I see it here.
5.5 foot back from it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Any further questions from the board?
No.
Okay, then we would hear comments from anyone in the audience in opposition. You come forward and state your name and address, and then you have 2 minutes. Yeah, you can come up to the front so we can hear you. Just state your name and address, and then you have 2 minutes.
I'm 321 North First Street.
Okay.
I'm concerned with the fact that the building on the alley is facing the alley versus the back side of the building facing the alley, because that's back up to the back of my house. And it's a 2-story building, and that's gonna be looking right down into my backyard, number 1. Number 2, I have a fence back there that's protecting my pool, and I'm afraid that people backing in and out of their driveways are gonna back into my fence or my garage. I've never seen any places in town with modern buildings where an apartment, the front of it is facing an alley. They always face the street.
All right, well, any other comments?
I guess as far as in, when you're talking about the safety of all these buildings and stuff, I mean, we have children, we have grandchildren, the neighbors have children, they ride their bikes around, they ride their bikes down the alley. It's been a pretty much unpopulated area I've lived there for 32 years. And the bank, when it was open, there was a barrier between the bank's lot and so people pulling in and out of driveways. Obviously, fire concerns, if something catches fire, that's very close to my house, my neighbors' houses. It's always been a property that was a business property, so I guess, obviously things change, but, I guess just asking that people consider how the people that have lived there for the majority of their life have lived in that space. Now you're going to be impeding into the privacy of our backyards by facing a building right into our backyards.
Okay. All right, well, we appreciate your comments. Thank you. Anyone else speak in opposition for 2 minutes?
Melissa Bowers, 327 North First. I like I don't mind the apartments in the backyard. That doesn't really bother me. That alley is kind of small. And so I feel like if you're gonna put 5 more buildings that are gonna be facing, that are gonna be using it on top of the news people that are flying through there, we're gonna get a lot more traffic. And I feel like if you would maybe make the alley a little bit bigger to accommodate if we are gonna have these houses, that would be appreciated. I also think with the building where it's at and the John's Garage, it's really hard to see at the Moose intersection whenever you're, going headed towards the Moose. It's blocked, so I think we would need some stop signs probably in that area if we were going to do it. But really the main thing is it's just such a tight, small, and you're gonna add a minimum of, there's 5 apartments going in there, or houses. It's kind of weird that the front faces our backyard, but I know we need it, so I just think the alley probably needs to be a little bigger.
Okay.
This is almost like it's making it more into a street.
Understood. Okay, no, I appreciate the comments.
I'd
Thank
also
you.
like to comment too, if I could. John Huffline, 321 North First Street. In addition to what Melissa had talked about, the narrowness of the alley, if that could be, as she asked, be discussed, be made wider and possibly a guardrail or something along the back of that alley, if you will, that paint came back into or whatever.
Okay, any other comments, John? Okay, no, I appreciate it. So what would that, I guess my question would be, what would something like that look like? I don't know what the alley width is, right, or, what, just to address some of that, I don't know what.
Basically, we'd have to get with Matt Schultz in the street department, and we'd have to go down and take a look at what's there, get some ideas from them. I know, Josh Zimmerman's been down there, not too long ago, they did some infrastructure down there.
There's a big utility pole, one utility pole that probably have to be moved.
Gotcha.
That's a city alley.
Yes.
That pole's right, as shown on the prints. Did you see it in the second?
Yeah.
It actually splits 2 driveways.
Yeah.
Split the driveway.
Yeah, and the stop sign comment, I don't know how that gets determined, but
Once again, that we'd have to get with Matt Schultz in the street department.
That's actually an ordinance, so council would have to update the traffic schedule for the city and make a determination as to whether it should be a 4-way or a 2-way stop. If it's determined that it would be appropriate to add, and then update the code of ordinances to reflect the change.
any other comments or questions from the board? Okay, Dave?
I'm good.
Okay, so we'll move on to the finding of fact for the,
Can I make just a couple comments?
yeah, if you'd like to, Josh, sir.
So in looking at the project, I have actually 2 styles of buildings. So the 2-story building actually faces 2nd Street, and I purposely, just for not having a 2-story building adjacent to the other homes, that's actually a ranch style, which you can see in your packet. And I'm glad that, I don't know if you guys have the packets of what the particular facing the alley will actually be range style, is what it would be, which is
Yeah.
kind of my intention of that.
single
and
story,
the,
okay.
the building that faces to the west, or to Second Street, that is a two-story unit. So, again, a lot of the homes that are facing First Street, I believe one or two of them are two-story, but, you know, I was still trying to just, again, you know, my intention is always to be a good neighbor. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna get a phone call that somebody's trash been dumped over and is blowing in somebody's yard, but ultimately,
Sure.
that can happen both ways. So, you know, was trying to, again, when I set this up, be conscientious about, you know, some of the things that are talked about, traffic, fire, obviously, all those things will be addressed through, you know, currently there's the proper amount of fire hydrants, et cetera, because it's obviously needed. And then as far as I know I mentioned about the pole, I've already spoke to AEP. That's actually that pole. They said, thank you for telling us about it, because we came out and saw it and it's not the greatest shape. So probably regardless, that pole was going to need to get replaced. So I don't want a pole right in the middle of, I'm going to get it out of the driveways, and it'll probably go more toward Marshall Street is what AEP's initial plan is, as far as that goes. And then, again, some of the other concerns are more city-based versus stop signs and such, but yeah. So just
Okay.
wanted to make mention on the building that we had proposed, so.
Okay. Anything else from you on this one, Dan?
I mean, if the easement is such that it creates a greater likelihood that increased traffic, or, BZA does have the authority to add some conditions or any kind of restrictions. So, Ms. Huffline referenced a guardrail. That can be added in part of the condition of the variance, if that is something that BZA would want, or some other kind of buffer that would help ensure that there is minimized risk to damage to adjacent property owners by allowing for the variance, or allowing for the more shortened, essentially, driveway area on that side.
I think
Just a
we heard from
consideration.
Kurt, we'd have to explore what that looks like, right? We couldn't,
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it has to happen if it can't possibly happen.
We're gonna have to go out and take a strong look at what would need to happen.
Or
What the
if Matt would
options
come up
be.
with something completely different, you
Right.
know,
Yeah, Matt
that,
could come
that'd be
up
my
with-
worry too.
Exactly.
Yeah, or, I mean, it's even, for that matter, stop signs or whatever.
Mhm.
We need to explore what that looks like, I think, before we can say, yes, it's a requirement. If it isn't possible to do that,
Correct.
then something else could be done in its place. So on that note, maybe we could go through the other ones, or should we explore those options first and take a look?
You could essentially suspend and continue the hearing and decision on this variance to weigh considerations about the alley and options to proceed. You could grant or, move through the findings and grant it subject to, an approved
Mitigation plan.
mitigation plan by the city, and which means it may or may not occur based on the viability of options considered, and leaves it and does leave it somewhat more vague. Or BZA can take into consideration the information presented and go ahead and make a decision this afternoon. So those are all viable options.
Okay. Any other comments from the board? Path to move forward? Any suggestions?
What was the suggestion you made about being contingent with, working with the city to find other options, or? I guess.
So basically, we could move forward and include that as a stipulation that the city and Mr. Barkley would have to come to a conclusion. What's the best way to mitigate potential fences? I mean, you're gonna have an alley and people drive down it no matter what.
Right.
I mean, the problem exists today, I'm sure. I think Melissa mentioned people from the Moose driving down that alley at the corner of Huffline's lot there. I mean, there's a sight line issue when you go to turn left when you come through. So I think it's worth noting in here. in
I
my opinion,
don't disagree.
Yeah.
that, I would word that, I guess, that the city and the property owner would have to come to some agreement on a way to mitigate, or at least explore the options, what's available to us, or to them, to mitigate potential, vehicle
Accidents,
accidents.
yeah.
And what the best way to control the traffic flow is, right? And that goes back to the council, I assume, at some point,
Yeah, it's really not a hard call.
except to include it as a stipulation, right?
Yeah.
So we can move forward, if you guys
Yep,
move
I'm
forward
good
with
with
the
that.
findings of facts with those stipulations included, right, that there needs to be some work, Josh, and you understand where we're headed with that? Okay, so with those stipulations added, we'll move forward with the findings of fact for the request for a rear yard of 12% of the lot depth on a 25-foot variance for a 15-foot rear yard setback for building 1. The granting of the variance will not permit any use in any district which will be in conflict with the permitted uses of the district under the terms of this chapter. Yes, agree, or no, disagree.
Yes.
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 It will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably increase the congestion in public streets.
Yes.
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 It will not increase the danger of fire or of the public safety.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably diminish or impair established property values within the surrounding area.
Yes.
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 It will not in any other respect impair the public health, comfort, safety, morals, or welfare of the inhabitants of the city.
Yes.
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 It is therefore the decision of this board that the petition for variance is granted or denied with the stipulations stated, that the city and the property owner will work together on
Mitigation,
mitigating.
mitigation and risk reduction efforts, for property damage to adjoining, I can fill that in,
Thank
to
you.
adjoining and adjacent property owners.
Perfect. So at that point, with those stipulations, granted or denied?
Granted.
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 Okay. So while they're passing that around, we'll move on to the fourth variance, which is requesting a 2-foot variance for a 6-foot side yard setback for building 1, which refers to City Code 150.071. Principal and accessory building shall have a side yard of no less than 8 feet. So back to building 1, Josh, where's that from? It doesn't state the street, right? Is that
The
from
alley.
the alley?
The alley.
So the south alley, correct? Okay, so any questions from the board on that one?
No.
Shane, can you go back to the third variance?
Yep.
And, I'm sorry, but can you go ahead and make a motion that it's granted subject to plan commission as well, being the additional stipulation? I don't recall that being
I thought we did.
included.
Go ahead, though. Would entertain a motion for what Ann just said.
Granted.
Granted.
Thank you. I missed it. If it's in there twice, but thank you.
All right, so back to number 4 for the 2-foot variance for the 6-foot on the south alley. Any questions from the board? Any comments, Josh? Would hear from anyone in opposition on that variance for the south alley, 2 feet? Seeing none, anyone in favor? 2 minutes, okay. We'll move to the findings of fact for 2-foot variance for 6-foot side yard setback for building 1. The granting of the variance will not permit any use in any district which would be in conflict with the permitted uses of the district under the terms of this chapter. Yes, agree, no, disagree.
Yes.
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 It will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably increase the congestion in public streets.
Yes.
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 It will not increase the danger of fire or of the public safety.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably diminish or impair established property values within the surrounding area.
Yes.
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 It will not in any other respect impair the public health, comfort, safety, morals, or welfare of the inhabitants of the city.
Yes.
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 It is therefore the decision of this board that the petition for variance is granted or denied.
Granted.
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 Okay. requesting a 0.7% variance for a total lot coverage area of 35.7%, referring to City Code 150.075, maximum lot coverage. All buildings included, including accessory buildings, shall not cover more than 35% of the lot. So any comments, Josh? Questions from the board on that?
No.
Kurt, any concerns with lot coverage?
You're only points over.
Better than my father-in-law was?
Yeah, much better.
All right, we would hear from anyone in opposition from the audience. Seeing none, hear from anyone in favor in the audience. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move to the findings of fact for the 0.7% variance for total lot coverage area of 35.7%. The granting of the variance will not permit any use in any district which will be in conflict with the permitted uses of the district under the terms of this chapter. Yes, agree, no disagree.
Yes.
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 It will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably increase the congestion in public streets.
Yes.
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 It will not increase the danger of fire or of the public safety.
Yes.
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 It will not unreasonably diminish or impair established property values within the surrounding area.
Yes.
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 It will not in any other respect impair the public health, comfort, safety, morals, or welfare of the inhabitants of the city.
Yes.
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 It is therefore the decision of this board that the petition for variance is granted or denied.
Granted.
Granted.
Granted. Per plan commission, okay.
Okay. Josh, thank you for coming in. So that's all of them approved, all five. Number 3 with contingencies. Yep. Right. Okay. Any old business, Kurt?
No, business.
How about new business?
New business, yes. Over the last few weeks, between our administrators' vacancy position, Brandon and I have got a crash course on how the administrations work for the zoning field and planning commission. So what this forced me to do, we're going to start doing SOPs, standard operating procedures for the zoning appeals and planning commission. But as we do these SOPs, we will get them in front of the board for your approval. You guys want changes made, you'll send those red lines to me or Brad. We'll make those changes, and then at the next meeting available, we're going to get them approved and make them a matter of record.
Okay. Is that in the next few weeks, you think? Or?
Yeah, actually, I've got 2 of them done already. I just didn't want to unload them on you at the last minute. So I'll unload them on you tomorrow.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Perfect. Thanks. All right. Anything else as far as new business?
Nope, we're good.
Anything else from the board? Okay. Then I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.